moving on to the panel session. Alright guys, so the first question that I have is for our dear Gemi Sinola. Hi Gemi, you looking so beautiful. Okay, so tell us about Cottage Bro and what inspired this. How did you start your business? Tell us your story and the journey so far.
Thank you very much. Hi guys. So thanks so much for having me. It's such a great opportunity and privilege to get to speak to everyone here. So the cutest bro, I started getting interested in makeup while I was in secondary school. I remember my mom, I think, as at the time, got me to there was a training during summer school and somehow I went there. In fact, it was my sister that was my first model ever as at the time. But after that time, I just lost interest in it again. But scrolling through Instagram sometime, I just used to see how makeup artists post their process videos, see the before their clients and then after person's makeup. And it just really intrigued me. I just really liked how you could use makeup to make someone go from 100 to 105 to 1000, right? And for me, I like when things are simple. I don't like when things are complicated. So the next training that I went for, I knew that I wasn't supposed to learn from this person because he was giving roadside makeup. It's not as if the person was a roadside makeup artist, right? But he wasn't giving subtle, he wasn't giving clean soft. I just knew that I wasn't supposed to be there. So I continued my research and I found a makeup school online. They had recently, as at the time, they had just moved to Lagos or opened another branch in Lagos, and so they were giving out free classes for beginners, makeup beginners. And so I applied and I got in thankfully. After that time, I knew that I needed to learn more. I wasn't still satisfied with where I was as a makeup artist with my skill, and so I started to look for where I could intern. In 2020, I joined an Instagram Live, a makeup artist Instagram Live, and then she was talking about how that if you're just starting out, she would advise that we should intern with someone. That way we can learn better than just doing it on our own. And so I went about my search. Again, I looked for makeup artists that I could intern with, sent emails to about 2 of them. Both of them responded, but the first person said she wasn't going to take me because of distance. She was considering where I was staying. I wasn't even staying in Lagos at the time. I was staying outside Lagos. But she was like, because of safety, and she wasn't going to allow me to intern with her. The other person was willing to take me in, but after thinking about it, I realized that this person's style of makeup was different from my style of makeup, and so I didn't go ahead with it. Thankfully, I saw another internship role online, still on Instagram, and I knew that this person's style of makeup was my style of makeup, and I really liked it. So I looked and I checked, I'm like, oh, I think this person is going to be on the island. This person's studio is going to be on the island. And there's no way I'm going to be going from outside Lagos to Ireland. It's not going to be possible. I just said, you know what, let me do my research again. And then I went to Google, search for this person. By the way, the person is still Alamode Beauty. That's Adesuwa Itomi's makeup artist. And so that's why I just assumed that this person was going to be on the island. But thankfully, her studio was located on the mainland, or is located on the mainland. And then I applied, I got in, and that was how I started my makeup journey. 1, 2, alright, so you went from computer science to baking to content marketing. How has it been? How are you able to do all of these transitions? How did you answer the naysayers?
Hi guys, so good to see you guys. So they weren't exactly transitions. So when I was in school, I was already baking because when I was in school. Right, but I wasn't baking. I was just having fun, just collect money from my classmates for materials, bake for them, right, while studying. And so when I graduated, it just made sense to at least use my certificate, right. So I started my career in tech. And so because I started my career in tech, it just made me fall in love with the old tech ecosystem. I was a software developer initially, but then I wanted to bake also, so I couldn't merge software development with baking because they both require so much time, right? So I had to look for something that I could merge easily with business. And so I just transitioned from software development. I went into project management. I just tried a couple of stuff. And then I realized that with content marketing, I already kind of do that with my business baking. So it was easy to do content marketing because I already do marketing for my business. And I just stopped content marketing since that time. And because I love the tech ecosystem, baking is no tech. So I just find it difficult to detach myself from tech. So I do that remotely while also running my business. And that has basically been the journey.
So our next question is for Sir David Yakha. Hi, Sir David. However, it seems like Sir David Yakha that we're seeing here. I'm listening. Okay, the David Yakha that we're seeing here is like 10x version of the one that we did last year. So can you tell us about your journey again for those people who weren't here last year?
Hello everyone. Please, can you smile, please? So, just like what he said, I am an engineer, I'm still an engineer, but I transitioned into photography. Photography started as a passion for me. I was that guy that everybody would call and say, "Oh, can you please take my pictures? You take good pictures." And gradually it just became something that I could make money from. I was combining it then with my regular 9-to-5 job. Like I said, I was an electrical engineer. I was working with a utility company. Well, I mentioned I was working with KJ. So, but with time, I discovered that I couldn't combine, two of them. And the passion I had for photography was, I would say, it was a little bit more than what I felt towards engineering at that time.
Okay.
And so, photography was even making more money for me than engineering. So, when I felt that I could sustain myself with what I was getting from photography, I decided to switch into full time. So, like she said, yes, over time, one thing I would say that has made me grow is consistency. And you can be consistently doing, you can be consistently doing yourself. But one thing I would advise to you is, like people said, have somebody you can learn from. That way you have a good direction on where you want to get to, at least have an idea. And one thing I tried to, it was difficult for me because I struggled a lot with that because I kept comparing myself with other photographers. But it took me a while, but I realized something at the end of the day that even though the growth wasn't as fast as I wanted it to be, but I was actually growing and people were noticing it. What do I mean by that? Let me use this example. Let's say I will just use this example since most of us are in school. Like, let's say in mathematics, I was getting 0/20. Then after a while, I started getting 2/20. But maybe my goal is I want to get 20/20. But I'm looking at the person getting 20/20 and blaming myself that I'm an original. Right, but I'm not noticing that I've actually improved from getting 0/20 to 2/20. So with time, I decided I started appreciating myself more. And before I knew what was happening, a lot of people started complimenting me. I didn't even need to speak too much. People just look at my pictures and they're like, no, I must take the pictures of them and all that. So I would say, like everybody has said, just find somebody that you can learn from. And be consistent. Be consistent in doing what will take you to where you want to go to. And try to avoid any distractions and comparing yourself with other people. You should be the only person that you should compete with, not compete with any other person.
Thank you so much. So there is something that he said that you can relate with when it comes to me as well. They both had something that they were doing that people saw, and or rather that they saw that they can improve on and start something with. For Ini, it was the fact that she was already into baking and she already did marketing as a baker, right? She already marketed her brand. So that's how she could be able to build from that experience and go into content marketing, which is like a tech job. Do you understand? For him, he already had the hobby of taking pictures for people. So it was easy for him to, you know what, I can actually make money from this. So what do you have in your hands that you are not already looking at? Is there something that you're already doing that people have been complimenting you for? Maybe something that you already do well that you don't even know that you can make money from, that you can actually make money from. That's food for thought. And by the end of this session, I hope that you can already think of that thing that you can explore. Do you understand? Alright, so we're going on to the next question. And it's from Agagemi again. So apart from the fact that you are a makeup artist, you are also an educator and a content creator. Can you tell us about that and how that has been for you so far?
Alright. So starting with being an educator, for me, it started from whenever I see ladies wear makeup, and I'm just seeing that their foundation don't quite blend with your skin, and it always gives me a headache. Like I'm seeing that your lips, you didn't properly blend your lipstick, you didn't properly blend your eyeshadow. So I just always worry, just with me, and if I'm having a conversation with you, trust me, I'm listening to you, but my mind is just on your face. And so I just thought to myself, you know what, instead of giving myself anything over this, it's something I know that I do well, I can as well teach people how to get their makeup done properly. So that was how I started, and I started teaching people how I became an educator, a makeup educator. And then for being a content creator, my passion for content creation started while I was doing my internship. So I just knew that I really like being in front of the camera. I like to talk. I talk a lot, even though I'm an introvert, right? So I realized I like to talk. I like to. I just really liked how creative it was. You are creating videos, you are editing it, you are saying a lot of things. And I thought to myself, I didn't even start putting out content as at the time. It was later that I thought to myself, you know what? I have a lot of value to share. I have a lot of good things to share to people. Why don't I as well start? So I started with my YouTube channel. Started with Instagram, and so far it has been going well. It has been challenging, I will not even lie. I mean, so last week I just took a break. I told myself, you know what, tired of Instagram, and I uninstalled my Instagram, I uninstalled my TikTok. I'm like, I'm done. But I'm back now this month, and it has been a journey for me, a journey of just as Ini said that she got into content marketing. So currently, I'm also trying to transition into content marketing because it's something that I realized I'm already doing. So taking a course, trying to apply for jobs. So content creation so far has been, in total, summary, I'm not saying it has been great.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You know, something interesting that Baby said that I feel like I'm big from. There's sometimes that you'll be tired. See, there's sometimes you don't even want to do again. You're like, once even like everyone should fall. I just want to sleep. And guess what? You're young. You can take it. Breathe in, breathe out, recoup, and get back into business. Okay? Don't feel the pressure to always deliver 100% every single time. Rest, God. Before you break down, guess what? If you break down and something happens, people will move on to the next person. That's it. That's life for you. Alright, so the next question is going to be right? So, you know that you started your baking business in school. How were you able to balance that with your studies? Can you tell us that?
Okay, that's a very interesting question because my father forced me when I was in school. Well, not really. My parents were quite supportive, so I had loved baking since I was 10 years old. Right. My mom made this beautiful birthday cake for me from somebody. And so because I watched the person bake, it just made me fall in love with baking from 10 years old. So they always knew, my parents always knew that I was going to do baking somewhere along the line. And so before I entered school first, after secondary school, my dad enrolled me into one baking school to just have an idea of what's happening, what goes on, and so I spent a lot of time there because I didn't enter school immediately, right? So I didn't get admission the first year, so I spent like almost 2 years at that baking school, and my parents would see the joy. I was always excited to go to work. I used to call it work then. I was always excited to go there. I came back late, but I was not tired. The next day I'm going again. And so when I entered school, I didn't initially start baking, but my 200 level, no, 300 level was when I now started baking. A few people that knew me back from secondary school, they just like, come and do cupcakes for us now, let's eat cupcakes. So I'll tell them, oh, go and buy flour, go and buy sugar, I'll bake, don't worry. Right, so I did it for the first time, and we shared the cake in class, and everybody was just like, okay, this is interesting. And so people started reaching out to me. I didn't even think of it business-wise then. I just wanted to bake, right? So people would come and then meet me, and then I'll be like, they have test tomorrow, I cannot go to market. So you go to market, buy the ingredients, I will bake it, right? So because I knew that, at the same time, I had to focus on my studies, right? That's what we said to school to do, it's not to bake. So I was always delegating. I would tell some of my customers, okay, if you want this, just do this, then I will do this. And I would just plan my time accordingly. So most of the time, Fridays, my classes stop on Thursdays. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I can bake. Anything outside Friday, Saturday, Sunday is schoolwork. Mondays to Thursdays, we're going to classes, we're prepping for schools, and weekends is when I do the baking. So then I moved from, then I used to go back because I schooled in Ibadan, University of Ibadan, I live in Ibadan. So I would go home today, come back to school. Then my dad also saw me one day and said, you know what, why not just buy oven and keep it to the school instead of always coming home, so that I would reduce the time I'm spending in transit also. So I bought a charcoal oven. Actually, my dad gave me 2,000 naira then. But the money I got from baking for other people, I had it to 2,000 naira, and I bought one 7,000 naira oven that year. So I bought the charcoal oven. I kept it in a friend's apartment that was very close to school. And I was juggling school and baking. But it was easier for me because I love baking. Like, if you wake me up from sleep and tell me to bake a cake, I will bake it without thinking too much. It's not something that I have to think about, unlike your studies, unlike trying to read or something. When you're trying to prepare for exams, you have to be so focused. If I'm baking, I don't necessarily, because I've already mastered the craft, I don't necessarily have to be so focused, quote and unquote. So it was easy for me to merge both of them together. And I was always very strict with my time. If it's not weekend, I'm not doing it. Mondays to Thursdays for school, Fridays to Sundays for baking. Yeah, so that's how I was able to manage both.
Thank you so much for that. So 2 things I want you to get from what you just said is proper time management and prioritizing. Like she said, she didn't used to bake during weekdays from Mondays to Thursdays because she understood that at that time the priority for her was her school work, and so she would push it to weekend when she doesn't have school work to do. Well, give her a round of applause again for that. Alright, so the next question is for you, Yakha. And so a lot of times when people think about photography as a job, they're thinking overweight. They're thinking it's something that you don't get enough money from. Like all those people that go to weddings and say, please let me take a picture, let me take a picture. That's what they think. So please, can you let us know, can you just educate people on what photography is like in 2024?
The truth is, a lot of people even in 2024 still don't see why photography.
Yeah.
That's it. me as well, since that's what I do as my full-time career now, I see the value in it and I try to sell that value to those that see it as important. Like she said, because of technology also, a lot of people believe that with a phone I can take a very good picture. Your camera, in fact, I had some clients that have made inquiries, and when I send them a rate card, they're like, why? Is it not just to take picture? My phone can take the picture now. I will use my phone to take it, and I'm like, no. When you look deep into what goes into photography, right? There's time value, there is the creative mind too, because okay, when we go into the workshop session, I'll show some of the pictures that I've taken. You cannot, I'm not being proud, but you cannot take that picture with your phone. That's the truth. There's a lot of investments in education too that goes into it. But I believe, because I can't convince everybody in the world,
Yes.
but I believe that with time people will see the value and see how photography can preserve memories. Because you take a picture, maybe let's use life story for example. A woman gives birth to a baby and then you capture it. If you have a photo of that in 10, 20, 30 years time, you can always look back and remember, oh, this was the time when this baby was born. Yes, a lot of people now have good phones that can capture such pictures. So I guess that's why people don't really see value in it. But well, I would say thank God for the wedding industry, because that is one area where I think people still value photography, and that's where I would say the money is, but a lot of photographers make money from.
Thank you so much. So can you tell us, just still on that subject, right? Can you tell us what differentiates your craft from just regular people who would just walk up to like in a wedding, will try to walk up to you, so let me take a picture. What makes you stand out? What makes your own work unique?
So for me, it's a valid thing. I think it's a box because I've been opportunity to interact with such people, such photographers. The ones, I don't know if you've attended anybody, and you see people that are standing outside with cameras. I don't know if everybody has seen them. And then when you go into the wedding hall, you still see the proper, I won't say the proper photographers, but you still see properly packaged photographers, right? If you notice, the ones outside, they're probably wearing native, right? And you just have the camera hanging on their necks with the flash popping out. They are holding the frames and the print out. All those things that they are offering, the guy inside is still offering it, but it's just the value that they have placed on what they are doing. So for you as an individual, if you find anything you're doing and you feel you can make money from it, you have to see that, okay, what I'm doing is very valuable, and I can make, especially when you study the industry also, if there are people that are making so much money from it, why would you decide to put yourself in a box of the people that they don't see as important? So for me, it's more of a value thing. There is nothing really different from what I'm doing and what they are also doing, but they have just chosen not to see value in what they are doing. That's the major difference.
Basically, you have to like upskill.
Yes.
So learn new things, learn better ways to do something,
University.
and just infuse your value basically. Thank you so much for that. So if there's anyone in the audience today that thinks that photography is something that you cannot make money from, you're wrong. It just, the only thing that differentiates Saturday Yakha here and other photographers that would basically not have a brand name is the amount of time he has spent in putting, let me say, training, and he has put his craft. That is what makes him stand out. Do you get? So value yourself enough to put yourself on a high pedestal, basically. Yes.
So I just wanted to add something to it. I don't don't know if you've noticed, there are people outside that sell bottled water, right? If you go to, let's say, the malam outside to buy bottled water, he's going to sell that bottled water to you for 100 naira. But if you go to somewhere like a Sheraton Hotel, you're going to buy that same bottled water, same bottle, probably not even cold, right? You probably buy it for 1,000 naira or 2,000 naira. And you that you are going into Sheraton, you happily bring out that one because you already know, your mindset already says that, okay, this guy, I cannot buy water here less than 2,000 naira. But the guy outside, the guy is not even, you want to even price. I say, no, why selling for 100 rand? Do you understand what I'm saying? So, just buy it.
Thanks so much, David. Alright, so our theme for this program is conversations, and this is for Benny. So this is for Benny, and the panel is titled Ingenious and Grounded. Not many creatives emerge, only if used and test of time. Can you tell us what would make a creative last in this or industry? How they can know whether it's strong from everything?
Alright, thank you. So the first thing I would say is to have a goal in mind and know what exactly it is you want, because that's what's going to keep you going in the long run. No industry, no company, or no career path is easy, right? Everybody would face one challenge or the other at several points. But what keeps everybody going, or what keeps most people going, or what should keep you going is the goal that you have in mind and what exactly it is that you want to achieve. The second thing I'm going to say is trust your process and go through that process. Trust your process and go through the process. So I'm going to use the makeup industry as an example. There are sometimes I'm scrolling through Instagram and I just see like a very beautiful makeup with somebody and I'm like, who did this makeup? This is very nice. I check the person's page. I'm like, oh, I don't know this person. This person has quite a number of followers. That's nice. So, okay, and I move on. Another day I'm scrolling through Instagram and I see another makeup look on somebody else and I realize that, oh, this makeup look is really nice. This person is very good. I check the page. Again, it's the same person that I saw previous days or some days ago. And I'm like, oh, it seems as though this person just came from nowhere. All of a sudden, I see that this person is getting brand deals, or this person is getting PR from brands. This person is organizing a makeup class and everything. In my head, it seems as if this person just came out from nowhere, because I just found out about the person 2 days ago. But the truth is, this person has been in the industry for a long time. And then I see that they're celebrating 5 years in the industry, 6 years, 8 years, 10 years as a makeup artist. And I'm like, how come? Where were you? How come I didn't know you? The truth is, these people, they stay through their process. Do you understand? They stayed through in their process, they trusted their process, and that was how they were able to emerge now, and everybody's knowing them. So imagine if they had started their makeup journey and at some point they got tired, or they were just overwhelmed, they were not making sales at some point, or their skills wasn't improving, and they just give up. Do you think they were able to get to the stage or the place that they are in right now? It's not possible. So trust your process and stay in the process. Another thing I'm going to say is have a community of people that will always help you, like-minded people that you can always run to, you can always cry to whenever you need that motivation and that support. And the final thing I'm going to say is never ever burn bridges. Do not ever burn bridges. It is not good. So if you're going to leave a particular place, maybe you're working with somebody or you just ask opportunity to stay with somebody for a while, when you are leaving, ensure that you leave on a good note. Ensure that you leave on a good note. Do not ever burn bridges with people. I'll give you another example. This year, I got a job. That's one of the biggest jobs that I've ever worked on, project I've ever worked on. And I didn't get the job by myself. The person didn't reach out to me, or the company didn't reach out to me. They reached out to my mentor, and my mentor in turn reached out to me, who was the person I interned with. So imagine if I just left after my internship, I just bought the bridge, I didn't continue or build that relationship. I will not be able to get that job. I'm not saying you should not burn bridges with people just so you can get something from them, though. I'm saying that ensure that you have good relationships with people. You never ever know when you're going to need them. You never ever know when they are going to need you. I hope that will help.
So, how many of you can highlight? She mentioned some points. How many have a goal in mind? Okay, thank you for that. Don't worry. Let another person tell me. Somebody else wants to say something that she hasn't said already? Yes, love? Don't ever burn bridges. Good. Who knows? Okay, yes.
Have the community of
Have community of people that are doing what? Do you know what to say? Yes, sort of tell us. Yes. Alright, so we're going to be moving on. So I'm guessing every single person here has gained one or two things from this session, right? And if I call you at any point in time, you can answer any question that I ask you from what we said today. Especially the uncles and aunties at the back. Hello, can you hear me, people at the back? Okay, because I'm going to ask you a question. It might not be right now, maybe later. Okay? So make sure you're paying attention. Alright, so hi Amy again. So can you just look at the general advice for any creative career that is looking to do one or two things and how they can manage all of that?
Alright, I think I would first want to ask questions. And then can few people just stand up, tell me something creative that you're interested in. First three people. Oh, you didn't get my question. Okay, can three people stand up and tell me any creative skill that interests you? Yeah. Yes. Photography. Interesting. Oh yeah, now stand up.
Graphic design.
Okay, love it. Music. Hold up now. Yes, just stand up.
crocheting and
Crocheting and cooking. Baking. You can stand up. Just stand up and talk. Event planning. Acting and makeup. Wow. Fashion design. One more person. Sewing. Okay, fashion design. Interesting. You said it now, music. Alright, I like every single skill that you have mentioned. I think the first thing I would like to mention to you is that you are not too young to do things. That was the most beautiful advice I got growing up. You are not too young to do things. Where I am now, to the glory of God, is because of things that I've done, how early I started, right? So you have to first of all understand that you are not too young to achieve anything you want to achieve. The second thing I will tell you is to pursue that your dream. So you love to crochet. Maybe your parents can't even afford to take you to a crochet school. That's just an example, right? How about you buy what this other thing? The pin, the knitting pin, yes, and then you get the yarns. Get one or two. Borrow somebody's phone, watch on YouTube, learn a few things, and just keep practicing. That's how, before I even went to baking school, that's how I started. You know, my daddy would give me, this give me 200 naira to secondary school that time. I don't know how much you pay these people now. This will give me 200 naira every day. So I will only spend 50 naira. I will keep 150 naira. And as I'm going to, at the end of the week, 150 times 5, that's, so at the end of the week, I will take what I have saved, I will buy some flour, I will buy, maybe next week I will buy sugar, I will buy 1 egg, and I will just be, dramatizing in my mother's kitchen, different things. So I think the mistake a lot of people make is they want to wait till they can afford that training or that school. You don't have to wait. If you love photography, start with your mother's phone. Look out for all these free vocational skill programs. Look out for programs like this, events like this. When you attend, pay attention. Do you understand? Don't just come as I just want to see what's going on. Pay attention. Take every single point that you
say yes, seriously. Go back home and think of what you can do. I don't have a camera yet. Don't wait till you have a camera. Start with your mom's phone, your brother's phone, somebody here who has brother that has phone. Abi, start with your church member's phone. If that's what you can do. Yes. When I was baking in school, I was using one very old Samsung phone. I didn't have a good phone to take pictures. No, when I was in school, when I was in university. So I didn't have like iPhone or something. Then it was even iPhone 6 I was bringing. I didn't have to take good pictures. But I had classmates. And so when I'm done with the cake, I will go and knock on their door. Please borrow me your phone. I want to snap cake picture. I will knock on this person's door today, that person's door tomorrow. I will take pictures with their phone and I will transfer it to my phone just because their camera quality was great. Imagine that I was waiting for when I have iPhone or a better phone camera, because my phone camera was very good at all. Imagine I was waiting for when I had a better phone camera before I now start experimenting. I won't have gotten other jobs. I won't have been able to display what I can do. So start with whatever you have. If you think you don't have anything, it's a lie. Go and buy it and pay. You love fashion designing. How about you try to sketch fashion designs? Look for pictures online. Look at people that you look up to. Take a picture of their dresses. Try to sketch. Try to illustrate those designs. I don't know the technologies now. Or just even buy needle and thread. Try some threading skills. Just try something. Just have an idea. You can also even learn how to measure someone's body. Try to measure all those kind of things. Just start with whatever you have. Hairdressing, love hairdressing. Go and buy a dog. Plait on the baby dog's hair. Don't wait till you can afford something grand. Start with the little that you have. And by the time you build up on it, remember that you talked about consistency. By the time, I don't know what was that, by the time you keep on doing that thing consistently, you just realize that you've gotten better. You are far ahead than where you were coming from. This is because you were consistently trying out things. Just try. You are in a stage where you can try anything. Try it. You have time. Don't let anybody deceive you. You have enough time. So just try whatever your hands can. See, when I wanted to transition, last example, I promise. When I wanted to transition from software development, I was a good software developer, let me tell you that, and I was making good money. But I knew that my passion was more into baking. That this is what I want to be in the long run. Is baking. It's there, So my salary for software development was when I started setting up my baking tools, equipment, right? But when I wanted to transition, I tried different other things because I wanted to transition to something that would allow me to have time for baking. I tried project management. I tried social media management. I tried different things. I tried product management, right? I just tried to lay my hands on as many things as possible till I discovered content marketing entirely, and I was just like, okay, this is where we are staying because it blends together. So try it, just try it. Okay, you want fashion design, you can try illustrating too. Maybe your own career might not necessarily be sewing, it might be illustrating designs. Just try anything in whatever industry or whatever skill it is that you want to pursue.
Thank you so much, Laura. Thank you so much. So, we're going to see more of Jamie and Yakha in our workshop sessions. So, rather than spend more time talking about that, we're going to be moving on to the workshop session. However, that's why we gave enough time because we're going to be having a group session for us. However, we can show ourselves and participate in other workshop sessions. Our last professional is also here. So we're going to be learning a lot of things from him as well. He is the founder and CEO of Sir Joe Shoes. So guys, and not just that, he's also a UI UX person. So guys, you're going to be getting a whole lot. Like I said, all our cases here, they're into different things. Something that you should take from there is that you do not just have to stick to just one thing. If you have other expressions, you can still find ways to incorporate that in your day-to-day life. You can make money from different ways, especially if you are in a country like Nigeria. And that is why you can also be in school and do a business on the side. You don't have to always call home. I don't want me, I need to buy one I want to buy it. Guys, you can learn something and do it even while you're in school. And actually, people get those 5 years of experience just for being in school. It starts now. The time starts now, and that's why I'm so happy for you guys that are in the program like this. Alright guys, we're going to be moving on now.